And I was like, when is it? Because I don't really want any more comedy shows.
You don't want any more comedy shows?
Do you ever get like that? Or is that just a me thing where you're like, I just too much on my plate?
No. I love doing it. I think I get sick of comedy shows when I'm not being as creative. I need to like start beefing up my material.
It's probably me.
Then I guess I'm feeling like lazy.
No.
But other than that, I love doing it, but I don't mind when I'm not doing it.
Right.
If that's like makes any
100%.
sense. You know?
I driving to comedy shows sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do this. But as soon as I get there, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I'm doing this.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
So happy.
Because even when it sucks, it's pretty good.
100%.
You know.
Oh, there's always a story.
Oh yeah. I had good shows at Uncle Vinny's last time. Was that my last show?
We talked a little. Yeah, the first one you said was
terrible.
And
I mean, not terrible. It's just you had to work it. You know what I mean? You had to work it. And the second one was lots of fun.
good.
And people came to see me that haven't seen me in a few years. This family. It's like mother, father, and daughter. Like,
That's awesome.
And they're like, we're fans of yours. We follow you, and we haven't seen you in a few years. We love all your new stuff. And I'm like, I have new stuff. Like,
Ooh, thank you. I didn't even know I had that.
New stuff. What was I gonna do?
Introduce the podcast.
Introduce the podcast. Welcome. Wait. Okay. I got it.
Take two. Take three.
Three. Welcome everyone to another episode of If You Would Have Told Me with my name is Joe Fernandes. With my name is Joe Fernandes, I said.
And my name is Emily Page.
Yes, and we are back for another fun-filled episode.
In action. And we had our Nutella lattes.
We had Nutella lattes and a flatbread. That's what we
that flatbread was really good, actually.
It was pretty good. Perla, Main Street, Woodbridge. Very delicious.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah, I'm so discombobulated. I've been very busy in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot going on. Not gonna talk about some stuff.
That's what the podcast hang is for.
But then so what was it? Last week I'm working on this big project. So I have everyone I'm doing the project for hovered around me watching some cuts. And there's a call. So one of them gets a call and says, I hear, what? Joe Fernandes? Wait, police? What? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, what? I'm Joe Fernandes. Like,
what about the police?
What about the police? So a plow truck hit my car in the parking lot, backed into it. It wasn't even snowing. Who gets their car hit by a plow truck when it's not snowing? This guy. But it wasn't bad. Gosh. It was like my back quarter panel.
Did they pay for it?
Yeah, they're paying for it. I had to go through
the town.
I got it back, the car already. So now I have to get my money back, the whole process. But whatever. Like when you're going through as much as I'm going through, you're almost like, whatever.
You're like, of course my car got hit by a plow. That's fine.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I get a rental car. So
what'd you get? Anything cool?
No.
Oh.
Because my insurance is paying for it. So they're going to pay for the work. I got whatever, a little Toyota.
Here's a Prius.
It was tiny, little Toyota. So Friday night, I'm out directing this concert for this very good musician, Joseph Alton Miller. People want to check him out. And
put the link. No. Link in bio.
Link in bio. And I was a little under the weather, just not tired. And so I get to my car around midnight. And I go to start my car and I look to my driver's side mirror to know if I can pull out, and someone took my mirror off apparently when I was working all night. So now I have a rental car with a mirror that's on the ground. So
it was the rental car?
It was the rental car.
Oh no.
So my car that got hit is being fixed while I have the rental car, and the rental car for the car I got hit, and I don't even know who did it. And I'm just picked up the mirror off the ground.
Oh my God.
It was all shattered.
Do you have to pay for that? Do you have insurance on a rental car?
Yeah. Well, my car insurance will cover that, but I have to pay the deductible. But I use my Chase travel card, and I get my deductible back from that.
Oh,
no, they give me car rental insurance supplemental. It's a secondary insurance. That's why I buy all my trips and do everything on that card, because I can cancel trips at any time.
I think you need a vacation, Joe.
I need one.
You definitely need a vacation.
I need a vacation so bad.
Yeah.
I do.
You do.
I just thought it was almost like when I saw it, I was like, this is kind of hilarious. I'm like, what else could go wrong?
Don't say that. Don't put that in the universe because so much
can go wrong.
I know. But it is like, I always feel like when I feel like I'm going through a bunch of stuff and like one little thing happens, I either react one of two ways. Either that's the cherry on top that throws me over, or it's the cherry on top that just makes me laugh and be like, yep, this is about right.
Yeah.
This sounds right. Yep. Okay. Because you can't, I mean, we talked about this earlier. Like, you just kind of have to, or maybe you weren't the one I was talking about. So a lot of people
talking about cellos again.
we're talking about cellos. No, but a lot of people seem to be stressed right now. But it's like, just go with it. Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's always worse when you're in it.
Yeah. So that's been my little annoyance currently.
Do you still have the rental car, or do you have your car?
No, I have my car back.
You have your car back.
Yeah, and I got it back already. It was funny. So, I don't know. That's not even that interesting. It was just something about insurance.
I want to hear it now.
Well, no. So, okay.
You can cut it out of the podcast.
Cut it out of the podcast, sure.
Or leave it. I don't know. People might want to hear it.
So I'm like, I bring it to get fixed. So I got to give them my stuff so that I can get paid from them.
Okay.
So I'm emailing this woman. She goes, you have the quote for the repair? I go, yeah. So I give it. They're like, well, now that it's over $1,500, our insurance is going to want to do their own assessment of it. I go, it's already getting fixed. Like, how long am I supposed to wait? Like, the police report's not even done yet, and my car's fixed.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. It wasn't that interesting. That's what I was going to say.
No. But it shows you how bad, like, I don't want to say bad insurance companies are, but it's like everything is just a money grab. Everything.
Well, especially in my life right now, I'm siphoning money. Luckily, I have money, but like, it's weird. I'm siphoning money that's got to come back. It's going to come back to me.
Right.
Like, my dog has got to get like all these stuff done.
Why?
No,
What's
no. Like, he gets his yearly checkups for his diabetes, these blood.
I forgot he was diabetic,
and like all these things. But like, whatever. The last vet thing I went to was $1,200. That was just like. Which I'm probably gonna get a big chunk back, but it's a lot.
I
feel like I'm
money.
Just like,
I can't wait for tax season because I'll get like I always get a nice chunk back.
Yeah.
But I already know where that chunk of money is going.
Right.
But still it'll feel good to have that and be like, all right, hi, bye. Like, just.
It's nice to get money back. I don't get money back no more.
Not from you when you file, you don't?
Well, I make too much. No, I'm not saying it like that.
I'm rich, Emily, and you're a poor teacher.
No. You have a child, so you get like a lot of extra money. That's true. I do. You get that nice little deduction.
Yeah.
No, I pay extra every year.
So they take too much out of my checks. I always get stuff back. So I'm poor during the year, but then that April hits, and I'm like, I'm going on vacation. Yeah. That's what I usually use it for. Is like I have to pay off Iceland. Excuse me. So a lot of that's going towards Iceland.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and find a trip to do.
I sent you the link.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm probably not. Yeah.
You should do it.
No, I will do something like that, but something quicker. Like
that's quite a trip.
Yeah, I need to like.
You need
wrap my head around that and plan.
You need to like a go away weekend, like that's I did Savannah a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I have some things I'm thinking about, You
want to share?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was just trying to think of something I can do like in the U.S., something quick. I have some friends in Austin. I've
always wanted to go to Austin.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies out there.
I've heard it's a great city.
One's a former comedian. One's like a guy I knew for many, many years.
Just a guy.
Just a guy. My buddy Lloyd.
Have you ever been to Austin?
Never.
I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you should if you go to Austin, if you go long enough, you can take, I think it's like a 2-hour drive to San Antonio, and they have a river walk, which is supposed to be really cool.
Yeah.
Like a lot of restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Do that. No, so I don't know. Did I talk about Savannah on the podcast yet? Or have I not seen you since Savannah?
I haven't seen you since
So Savannah. I went to Savannah, and I flew to Savannah right after the plane crash in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes.
So I'm already a nervous flyer. That really set me off because it was, crazy story.
Right.
I flew first class down to Savannah. Shout out to your mom who was listening to our our episode about my first class. And I just drank some wine before I got on the air to like settle me. And I thought it was so funny because before you even take off, like you're getting ready to take off, and the stewardesses walk down. They're like, "Would you like water or sparkling wine?" I was like, wine, and please keep it coming." Like that was like, yeah. And the flight was great on the way down. You know, smooth. I'm flying like on a regular like Boeing, so like it's like a bigger, like a regular size plane, right? And I have Wi-Fi, and I'm looking at the Wi-Fi, or I'm looking at Facebook, and I just see a post that said plane crash in Philly, and like I'm in the air, and I'm like, well. Nothing I can do now, but like you start to like I didn't have any info. It obviously was the smaller plane that I crashed, but I didn't know anything. I was like, you start to think like, are we under attack again? You know what I mean? Like, why are all these planes? You know, so that was nerve wracking. Then I got there safely. Savannah was great. Great time. My friend and I are going to do this, I think, annually now. We're going to pick a different city we want to go to and do a girls' weekend. So we were talking about like Denver and stuff. So it's great. But then on the way home, I flew in one of those little regional planes, like the one that crashed in DC. So that was scary enough to begin with. And then there was like no TVs or anything to distract me. I think that's the most nervous I've ever been on a plane, was on my way home from Savannah.
Really?
Really?
Did anything happen? Like turbulence? No. You were just scared?
I was just nervous. It was like a tiny plane. There was no TV.
How tiny? Like two on each side?
No, it was like an 80-person plane. Okay. 60-something person plane.
It's not gigantic.
It wasn't gigantic. It was like a regional one.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
But still. No one sat next to me. That was kind of cool. I should have appreciated that more.
That's always the best.
So nice.
That's the plane lottery right there.
I know.
The whole row to yourself.
And there was a service dog on the plane. It was so cute. He was very nervous too. It was his first time on an airplane. Actually, it was I think it was I want to say Army. I could be wrong. Not that man is listening to this podcast, but I believe you were in the Army. It was him and his wife and their dog, and they're moving to South Korea. So they were flying from Savannah to Newark to go from Newark to San Francisco, and then they had to do San Francisco to like Tokyo. Like it was like a trip. So this was the dog's first leg on a plane to see how they did. And I was like, that's crazy.
They did good.
The dog did well. The dog was great. The dog made me less nervous.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking to fly after all that.
And how was Savannah?
Amazing.
Other than the flights?
It was great. Saturday we did one of those pub crawls like on the bike. Like
where you pedal?
You pedal, the pedal.
Yeah,
it was great. It was so fun. And then I rode on a mechanical bull for the first time.
How'd you do?
I did great. I almost stayed on for a minute.
A minute?
Almost.
That's a long time.
I was like at 53 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fast was it going?
I mean, fast. You're like, you know.
There you go.
It was cool. It was very nice. I think I wish I'd worn different pants. I think I would have done a little bit better if I had different pants on.
It was the pants.
It was the pants.
You're saying to the crowd, if I had different pants.
Totally different story.
Minute and a half, easy.
Easy. 2 minutes. That was fun. And just like a lot of rooftop restaurants and stuff like that. It's just so pretty down there. And we had a great time. And then my friend left Sunday morning after brunch. So then I had all Sunday to like nerd out. So I went to like this Prohibition museum that had a speakeasy in it. It was really cool. I walked around. I went to like this famous ice cream shop. I went to a famous macaroon shop. Then I did a ghost tour at night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was cool. It was very cool.
I did one of those in Key West.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, it's
good. Corny,
right. But it was fun. It was cute. But I now, ever since I did my solo trip to Ireland, I actually like traveling. I understand why people want to travel by themselves.
Yeah.
Because there is some, like, this was a nice mix of like, I got some time with my friend and then I got time by myself. Right. Same thing as when I went to Ireland. I got time by myself and then I met people on the tour.
Yeah.
And like when I went to Asheville for the comedy festival, I did things by myself and then I met up with comedians.
Right.
So I think it's like the perfect like little mix.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Because there was things she wanted to do that I didn't want to do and vice versa. She's in Savannah all the time though because she lives in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So it's like easy for her. She listens to our podcast, by the way, or watches our clips. Yeah.
Hey.
Shout out to Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Yeah. We'll have to make that a clip so we make sure she sees it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was good. I loved it.
Savannah came up. I was looking at like it was like solo trips.
You should do Savannah.
And that's one of the ones that came up.
Savannah was I would highly recommend it. And you only need like a weekend.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of great food. Like I had fried green tomatoes. I'm trying to think. I mean, lots of great seafood. We went to a 90s pop-up bar.
How was that?
Not as great as I thought it would be, but it was fun to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was fun to go to.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Savannah.
I loved it. And then have you ever been to St. Augustine?
Oh, I performed in St. Augustine.
So nice. Yeah, I love St. Augustine.
I did a Florida run.
Okay.
One of the spot. It's not there anymore. It was like forget the name of the club. But yeah, I did a one-nighter there. It was really fun.
I love it down there. So my friend Chelsea used to live in St. Augustine. So the first time I went to Savannah is because I drove down with my ex-husband, who was just my boyfriend at the time. We drove down to St. Augustine. Mm-hmm. It was like a 17-hour drive. We did St. Augustine for a few days, and then we drove to Savannah just for a night. Mm-hmm. But I love it down that way. I've never been to Charleston. Have you been to Charleston?
Yeah, I just did a gig down Charleston, right. And I walked around Charleston for like a day.
Was it good?
It's cute.
Do you need like a weekend?
Yeah, a weekend is fine.
Yeah, Savannah's the same.
Yeah, it's cute. They have these cute little, I don't even know how to describe the houses there. Kind of like row houses, but not.
Cute. Yeah.
And because my gig was right outside, so me and James drove from his house and walked around. They have like this really cool open like indoor market that's like blocks and blocks long. Yeah. We just were walking through, and then we were walking the streets. We actually walked by this little theater. We found this theater. We went inside to look at it, and James wound up starting to book shows there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we went and checked it out. It's a beautiful little theater.
That's great.
And I like this. I would go back there because I was only there for the day.
Yeah.
But so I didn't really hit restaurants because I don't like to eat before I go on stage.
I don't blame you. I get it.
So I was like, I'm not going to go.
Have you ever been to Asheville?
No.
So Asheville I loved Asheville. Now Asheville went through.
Yeah.
So you might want to pause on that one for a little bit.
bit.
Have you ever been to San Francisco?
No.
I loved San Francisco. Now you'll get mixed things. Some people, there's like a big homeless population out that way.
Yeah.
Now.
My friends told me it smells like human feces.
Human beings. Excrement. Is that the word? Yeah. I love San Francisco. I went on my honeymoon in 2016. So it's been a very long time. But I love San Francisco. I love Sausalito. I love Napa, Sorrento, like the whole, not Sorrento, Sonoma. The whole area is beautiful. Monterey, Carmel. I want to do San Diego.
San Diego, I hear, is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I've only been to California a few times.
Where'd you go?
L.A.
I've never been.
Yeah. The first time I went to L.A., my buddy Mike Gaffney was on Last Comic Standing.
Oh, cool.
So we flew out to support him because he was like in one. It was so we flew out to L.A., hung in the hotel and watched him do his show. And then me and him both had a gig in Georgia, in Atlanta, right after that. So I had to. So we only spent a few days because I have a friend Ronnie who's an actor out there.
Oh, cool.
He's on a lot of things, and so we spent some time with Ronnie, and then I flew out of L.A. to Atlanta the day before Mike was gonna go and meet. I was going in. It was on my birthday actually, so it was like March.
That's fun.
So I'm flying. I'm landing on my birthday.
Yeah.
So I was eating the pistachio nuts on the plane.
Okay.
Right. So I just start feeling sick. Right. So, I mean, being sick on a plane is like
the worst feeling ever.
And I'm landing at Atlanta Airport. I don't know if you've ever been to Atlanta Airport. It's humongous and it's very confusing.
I heard that. Yeah.
I get to Atlanta and I have to get a rental car. Now I'm driving in a city. I've never, just sick as a dog.
From the pistachios?
I don't know. So put it this way. I spent my whole birthday sick in a bed in Atlanta.
That sounds horrible.
I didn't eat pistachio nuts for like 5 years after that. I don't know if it was.
Have you had them since?
Very sparingly. It just brings back that
bad
terrible. Because it's like a cross country sickness. It's not like we're going from Florida to Jersey. I'll be home in 3 hours. It's like I wasn't
5 hour.
Oh my God! And then by yourself in a hotel room in a city you've never been in. That
sounds terrible.
It was terrible. Well, thankfully I had like a day or two before the gig to get better.
No more pistachios for you.
No more pistachios for me. So that was my pistachio from
That's the pistachio story.
Yeah. And then I went to LA for when the Foo Fighters drummer died. They had a memorial show out there. So I flew out there to see the Foo Fighters at the Forum.
Okay.
And
I know you were a big Foo Fighters fan.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. And then me and James flew out there, and then I met up with a comic friend of mine, Dustin Chafin.
Oh, I know Dustin. Dustin. We're Facebook friends.
Yeah, and met up with him in Hollywood, and we were fussing around a little bit.
That's awesome.
But I'd like to go out, spend more time. Because every time I go, it's for like one specific event. I'm not like vacationing.
Right.
I'm like, I was supporting a friend.
Right. You're doing something.
I was doing something. It was like quick turnaround.
What about, I've always wanted to go to like Portland, Oregon. Or I also really want to go to Maine, like Portland, Maine. I've never been to Maine.
Yeah, Maine. Yeah, my
Bar Harbor and stuff.
My friend Samantha, who works in the studio, she goes to Acadia National Park.
Oh, I want to do that so bad.
In the fall.
Yeah.
That's something I would like to do.
See,
like that stuff like that, I need like a partner or something to do it with. Yeah. I don't want to be like going up to Maine.
Cody.
Cody. He probably can't hike Acadia.
Does he like the car though?
I think he tolerates the car. You know what I mean? He's like, I have no control of this situation, right. So I'm gonna like. Sometimes he looks like he's like meditating to like get
calm down.
Like his eyes are closed.
See, my dog Diesel loves the car.
Okay,
he's all about the car.
Yeah,
but he's horrible around other dogs. So like, I can't. I feel bad because I would love to take him like hiking and stuff like that, but he'll bark at everything.
Well,
my poor boo boo. He's an old man now.
How old is he?
11, like 11 and a half.
Oh, Cody's 10.
Okay.
They're not that. I guess they're kind of old.
Well, so Diesel's a big dog, so I feel like they live not as long.
Yeah.
Wow, that took a sad turn. We were like travel
fun.
Dogs getting old.
Dog is old.
Oh
no. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
Oh yeah.
I've never. Oh yeah, you've talked about it. I've never been.
I performed there. I went. Me and my wife went with my brother and his wife.
Nice.
Years ago, for like a long weekend. Stayed at the that one right at the beginning of the strip has like the big wave pool.
You could make it up, and I'd be like, yes, because I've never been.
Yeah. Now I like Vegas. To me, I don't love it.
I feel like you have to go at least once. Like I would like to experience it once in my life, and then I think I'd be okay.
Yeah. It's just it's like there's a lot going on there.
Right.
Like it's big. I don't know. Like I think the idea of Vegas to me is better than being in Vegas.
Right, but you're also not like a big drinker or anything like that. No, so right. Yeah. But, and I don't think I like to socially drink, but I think it might be too much for me too.
Right. We don't realize how like you're like, oh, I want to go to that casino. It's like 5 city blocks away. Like they're so big, they look like they're right there. And you're just like walking and walking and walking. You're like,
I should be there by now.
Downtown Vegas was pretty cool. Like the old Vegas, like Fremont Street. That's kind of cool.
All right.
But I spent a week there at Brad Garrett's. That was a long time.
Oh, that's right.
That was a long time.
Too much time. Everything's spaced out, right? Like you can't like do anything outside of Vegas. You're in the desert.
Yeah, there's stuff to do. But I mean, I would go back, but it's. I think you should experience it once. I went when I was a kid, but I barely remember that.
Yeah. I want to do New Orleans as well, and I've heard that's one too, where it's like you go once and you're good.
Yeah, I thought about when I do New Orleans would be cool because I do kind of like cruises. Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be cool to like go in early, do a couple of days in New Orleans, and you can get a cruise out there.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be a great idea. Yeah.
That way you're kind of like not just doing New Orleans and coming home. You can like package it into like a 10-day.
Love that.
Like 3-day New Orleans, 7-day boat trip.
Perfect.
Boom.
I've never done a cruise. I will this summer though.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going on a
Disney cruise. I feel like something's stuck in my tooth. Excuse me. Don't look at me, camera. Action. Nope, it's just me. You can leave that in.
Would you felt something just?
Mm-hmm. I'm like anal about like my teeth. I have this salad that I love, but it has poppy seeds in it, and every time I have to eat it, I'm like.
Well, talking about vacation, maybe I'll hit up with these news stories that I.
Joe and I found a bunch of traveling stories.
Yes.
Because we just want to keep going on vacation.
Well, I had a few things because we'll start with this one because I'd like your your take on it. Passenger launches plane etiquette debate over pushy aisle lice. How do you feel about aisle lice?
Lice, like the bug?
No. There's a term for a person
What's
on the plane.
What's an aisle lice?
It's the people that get up and stand right when the plane lands and blocks everybody. You know, like everyone.
Yeah, that's annoying. But I think I've done it too. So I think it depends on how far back you are. Like if you're towards the front of the plane and you want to get up and start getting your stuff down, I have no problem with that because you're going to be getting off.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
They bother me in a way because I just don't know why.
Has the seatbelt sign come off or is the seatbelt sign still on? Because you shouldn't be getting up before the seatbelt sign is on.
Oh, whatever. You're parked. It's like we all have to go.
Park the plane.
But like, I guess I'm like, why you want to stand the whole time? I don't know why it bothers me. I mean, it bothers other people. They wrote an article about it. It doesn't bother me. I just thought it was interesting. But I thought you would have a take on it since you're such a traveler.
Well, I'm very neurotic. So once the plane lands, I'm always like, okay, how am I going to get my suitcase? And then do I let those people go? Okay, when do I go? Do I go now? No, too soon. Do I get up? No, wait. Am I standing? Like, I'm too neurotic that I'm doing something wrong to even worry about what those people are doing. Because I'm like, am I annoying this guy next to me? Should I sit down? Do I get my bag out now? Do I let him get his bag first? Like, I'm too overthinking what I'm doing to even worry about what other people are doing.
Right. But I don't like if I'm the aisle, which I like to get sometimes.
I love an aisle. The more I travel.
Standing there, it's like, why? Like,
you just get your suitcase down, you fall it right in their head. Excuse me.
Yeah. But I don't want your belly right here, dude, or whatever.
I know.
It's kind of.
It is a little annoying.
It's a little much for me.
What really always I hate is, which is why I'll pay extra to get in an earlier boarding group, when I have to put my suitcase down, I'm here and my suitcase is down in a bin down that way because there was no storage above me because some idiot took my freaking spot with their suitcase. You know what I mean? Put your suitcase above your head. Why is your suitcase taking up my space?
Yeah, that's another person. It's they'll put their
carry-on or their personal item.
Yeah, the personal item up there.
No, put it under your seat.
Right, and there's no room.
Ugh, that bothers me.
That's worse than an aisle lice.
That bothers me the most.
But I bet that person is an aisle lice.
They probably are.
You know.
What's one lice? Is it still lice?
Lease?
Lease?
Aisle lease? Lices?
No.
Hey Siri, what's the plural for lice?
The plural for lice is lice. What's the singular?
Lice is the plural.
What's the singular for lice? Louse?
Wait, I gotta check Siri's. Okay.
What false information are you giving us?
So it's the singular for lice, right? We're looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, louse. Louse is the single insect, while lice is the plural.
That's so funny.
Look how dumb I was. I was asking for the plural of the plural.
What's the plural of this plural word?
Plural of the plural.
What's the plural of the plural?
Lice.
Lice squared.
Lice.
Lice squared.
Lice and mice. Oh yeah, duh. Because if it was mice, it'd be mouse. Lice, louse.
Yeah, but that doesn't always.
Yeah, I know.
English is the most confusing language ever. My poor children. Yeah, that does. It's annoying, but I am always afraid that people are going to be able to tell I don't travel. I guess I do travel a lot now, but I was always neurotic that people are going to know I don't travel a lot, and I don't want to stick out. There's nothing that makes me more paranoid. Not paranoid, but I'm very self-conscious about sticking out in a different country. I don't when I went to Italy, I didn't wear jeans because I didn't want people to know I was American. Okay. So I wore long skirts and dresses, and people thought I was from Spain. So it worked out. I was like, great. So when I was in Ireland, same thing. I want to blend as much as possible. When I'm in the airport, I don't want people I want to blend. I just want to fly under that radar. So when I'm on the plane, I like to pretend I like to act cool, calm, and collected. But in my head, I'm like, do I get my suitcase now? Do I stand? Do I not stand? Do I sit? What am I doing? Do I go in the aisle? So I'm not even focused on people because I'm like, Emily, get it together. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah. I didn't know that's how they spot Americans in Italy, by jeans.
Yeah, Europeans don't wear jeans. In Ireland, that's the UK, but in Ireland it's more cash. But in Italy they don't wear jeans.
Really?
They don't wear jeans. They don't wear sneakers either.
I'm learning on the podcast.
They don't wear. Yeah, I wear a lot of long skirts, sandals, dressy shoes. Like,
what do guys wear?
Long skirts, sandals. It'll be like 95 degrees in Rome, and their men are in full suits and not sweating. It's crazy to me.
So I'm not wearing a suit if I go to Italy. There's not a chance.
I love Italy, but Italy is very hot in the summer, especially Rome.
Yeah,
and they don't always have air conditioning.
Ooh. Good to know.
Because in Ireland, when I stayed in Blarney, they didn't have air conditioning in the hotel. They gave you a fan, and you left your window open.
Lovely.
But it was also like 50.
Okay, so
in Ireland, you're like, meh.
Yeah, you got to go to
get a cross breeze. Like, you're fine.
50's not bad.
No, it was very nice there.
50's not bad.
Italy, I don't really like the heat. I like when I go to Florida every summer. I honestly hate the humidity. It makes me feel sick. So I prefer to go to countries with more like temperate or places with more temperate weather.
Yeah.
Like Iceland this summer when they're like, it's gonna be 40 or 50. I'm like, that's fine. I have to pack a bikini and snow pants.
Well, that's cool.
Right? Because you go into the lagoon that's heated by the volcanic lava. I'm so excited.
On travel shows and stuff. It looks
I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. But I have to also pack snow pants and snow boots because I'm going to go on a glacier hike.
Nice.
So cool. I'm so excited. Anyway, I haven't booked that flight yet.
No.
I don't know how I'm getting there, but I have a hotel once I'm there.
Do you use the Hopper app?
I usually just book on Google or Expedia or whatever.
No,
or
but
Kayak.
just to find out the price changes.
Oh, I haven't used Hopper. I was using Kayak. Is Hopper a better one to find out the prices?
I use it. It just gives me a notification. I guess Kayak does that too.
I don't know.
I get a notification. Now's a good time, or you should wait.
Hopper?
The Hopper. You don't have to buy it on the Hopper. I just use the Hopper
I like that
to know the best fare, and then I go buy it with my points.
All right, I'm going to save that. I'm going to do that because I know it's going to be expensive. I use my Venmo comedy money to buy my flights.
There you go.
Right? So then it's like,
I have so many points saved up, and I follow this account, like the Points Girl or whatever. She's trying to sell you like on how to use these points. Right. She always gives tips on how to use points because I have so many. I could probably go on a few vacations for like nothing.
You should look into it.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Like Thailand.
Yeah, I looked into it. Actually, my coworker's going to Thailand in a few weeks. Her and her girlfriend.
I have a friend from college who just went to Thailand for work a couple months ago.
Yeah,
he said it was amazing.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I'm gonna do. I have a lot of on my plate currently. Do
you make a bucket list?
A bucket list?
Yeah, of like things you want to do. Yeah,
like vacation places.
Anything. Yeah. I made up like a a bingo board for the year.
Oh yeah, you thought remember?
Oh yes, that's right. We talked about it. You should do that.
I'm not making a bingo.
Make a bingo board. Hang it in your room.
No, definitely not having a bingo board in my room.
Hang it above your desk. Joe's dying.
I'm dying.
He's dead.
There's a lot of places. You know what it is? It's like there's a lot of places I want to see like in the U.S., but they're not places I want to spend a lot of time at. So I have to like do some sort of road trip where it's like there's like some parts of Arizona I want to see.
Sedona. I want to go so bad.
I just saw this itinerary I looked at the other day where you stay in Page, Arizona.
Okay.
And then that's like a good landing spot. And you can go to Sedona. There's all these different spots.
Okay.
If you start getting a hotel in Page.
Right.
And then there's also that one park where like in Forrest Gump where like he's running down the road.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been just watching other people's itineraries and kind of seeing things I want to do.
That's the way to do it, though.
You know?
I want to go to a lot of those parks, national parks. Like, I've never done the Grand Canyon. I want to do Antelope Canyon. I want to go to Glacier National Park, Yellowstone, all of those.
Antelope Canyon was on. Yeah, that's in Arizona.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool places, but I have to couple a lot of things together like that. Like, I don't...
You can do a comedy tour. Be like these guys are like, I'm going on a tour, and it's like I'm doing bars and restaurants across the United States.
Yeah, I saw someone we were talking about before say they're going on tour, and I'm like, tour?
I bet you I know who it is.
I was like, tour
again?
No, not that.
Oh, recently or a different?
Someone we were talking about earlier.
Oh. I
was like, tour? I was like, tour?
Yeah.
Dork.
Okay. I'm like, not the person I was thinking about, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
They should know better. That's my problem. Right? You've been around long enough. You're like, tour.
Tour.
Okay.
Florida. Interesting.
Oh, I'll cut that out.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man.
I'm going to go on a tour to Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant, yeah. Portugal's a place I want to go. I feel like we've talked about this already, like on a previous podcast.
We always talk because we just want to travel.
Yeah, I think this. Here's what I foresee our future.
This is becoming a travel podcast.
Yes, we're going to become a travel podcast. So we're going to quit our jobs. We're going to turn into vacation vloggers. We're going to travel and just make YouTube videos about where we're staying.
Perfect.
And then those hotels are going to give us money.
Yes. Because manifest it, man. Put it all out there.
I'm manifesting this. Please. I am manifesting.
Put it on your bingo board.
Oh, it's on my bingo. Secretly, I have a bingo board. I just didn't want to admit it.
He has it in a drawer. He pulls the drawer out every day, takes out his board.
And if I pull this curtain out, and it's just like this big bingo board. Just
it like lights up and stuff.
Or I just like have it tattooed on my...
Lifts the shirt. It's his bingo board.
This is a bingo board.
Oh, goodness.
No, but yeah, so.
There's so many places I want to see in the world. I actually was like, so I use the same tour company for Ireland. I'm using for Iceland. It's the one I sent you with Thailand. And I was like, you know what? Next.
Like Go Solo?
It's Go Ahead Tours through EF, yeah. But because they started as a company that did like school age children tours, like college tours. And then they're like, no, now we have one for all ages, which I loved. Mm-hmm. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do a tour next summer. I'm going to save my money. And then I on TikTok saw videos of Switzerland. I'm like, let me just look. Then I found one. It's like Switzerland, Austria, Germany, and the Czech Republic. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? I'm like, there's so many places in the world I want to say.
One I saw that looked beautiful I was watching YouTube videos the other day. Croatia.
Oh, I've heard
gorgeous.
I've heard it's amazing.
And I'm like, that because that's something I never even thought of.
No.
I never think of Croatia.
You don't think about Croatia in your day to day?
I don't think I've ever in my life, though shockingly, I do have a magnet
of Croatia
from Dubrovnik because one of my editors
went there.
His family's from Croatia.
So I have a friend who went to Croatia. I can ask him how it was.
I mean, just the pictures I saw, gorgeous, and the beaches look phenomenal. But like I said, I'm all like, I know
how much tickets are to Croatia. Yeah. You keep talking. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Like I know you. I like solo travel does appeal to me, but I like traveling with somebody.
I do.
Like I want to save a lot of these things to do with someone. Like,
but don't save them too long because.
Well, no, I'm not going to save them too long. Like there's solo trips I want to do, but like there's certain ones that I think are better with somebody.
100%. How far
is Croatia?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even look at where it was on the map, isn't it?
Because it's like you can fly if you left Thursday, March 13th and came back Thursday, March 27th. I can give you a $378 thing, but I think there's like a huge airline. A
huge airline?
A huge airline, yeah. No, there's like you can't. I don't think you can go nonstop. I think you have to connect.
Yeah, I'm sure. What's it by? Croatia. I didn't even Google that. Map. I just be flying. I don't even know where the world I'm at.
Let's see. Let's get the globe. I'm pulling up the globe.
The globe.
It is by Italy.
Okay.
It's the dark green.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
It's not terrible.
So it's like right in the Mediterranean.
Yep. I was here. There's Ireland, and that's where I'm going this summer. Iceland.
Nice.
I've been to Italy. Have you been to Italy?
No.
Italy's cool.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Cyprus. That's where my family's from, but it's right under Turkey. It's an island, but with everything going on over there with Syria and stuff like that, it's like a little too close to comfort. But I've heard it's a beautiful country, Cyprus.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. I'll look at pictures. This is just Joe and I sharing pictures of places we want to go.
I'm going to look for another news story about travel. All right. This one is not that. It's just an inconsiderate thing about people that puff their hair on the top of the seat.
Oh, okay. That does annoy me a little bit.
The woman sitting in front of them, it was at Plane passenger sounds off about inconsiderate flight behavior. Would prefer a crying baby.
No. No. No.
Yeah, no.
Never.
Yeah, but draping your hair over a person's...
If it's blocking my television, I have a huge problem. Like if I'm watching TV and your hair is over my TV, I would, but I don't like...
How about that?
That's not gonna bother me. I'm gonna be watching a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like unbothered by most things in life.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't like confrontation.
Right.
So like unless
I would not confront her. Be like, can you push your hair?
Move your hair.
No.
First of all, I'd be like, you need to comb your hair.
All right, here's one.
Oh boy,
bothers me on vacation, but I have to. I actually do it because you have
selfie sticks.
To. I don't see them really that much anymore. I don't see a selfie stick. But the people, rat race mindset, ruining luxury vacations. Travelers cry. Stressful pre-dawn pool runs to snag coveted chairs now the norm. People wake up at like 4 a.m. to put like
and they put like one little thing on
and
it.
They command it. That it bothers me, but you have to do it. I've done it because it's like you need the chair.
Right. It's been a very long time. So I guess at Disney when we're by the pool, we have to do that, but we always go later in the afternoon, so people have left by then. But I remember when I went to the Dominican Republic, you have to like get that chair quick, or else they're all no chairs.
Yeah, I just thought, why the hotel can't just have more chairs? Like, why do they have to make it such a thing?
They enjoy watching it, probably.
I guess
people fight. I don't know. That's a good question.
My news stories had not really went anywhere today for nothing. I was like, oh, these are little annoyances on vacations. And,
well,
we're both like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's fine.
I think you and I are just really laid back people. So like, I'm trying to think, what's one thing that really bothers you when you're on vacation?
It bothers me when I'm on vacation. Did other people do, or just anything?
Just in general?
See, like, I'm so happy to be on vacation. I'm very easygoing.
Yeah.
I do. I'm trying to think what bothers me on vacation. Oh, give me one of yours while I think about mine.
Think about one.
You have to think one.
So I think.
Don't worry, we can edit this. We can think.
I don't necessarily know if this is an annoyance. I just wish checkout was later.
Yes.
Like, I would like that. Sometimes it bothers me when I feel like I'll always miss the window for the cleaning people to come in. Like, I want to stay in there when they want to come clean. And then when I leave for the afternoon, I come back and they haven't cleaned. And I missed, I guess, their window of like when they're coming. But those, I don't know. I'm like you. I'm just so happy to be on vacation that I'm just like.
So how often do you like them to clean your room?
I mean, I don't mind if they come in every day and clean my room.
Okay.
But I've also been away where they've come every other day or they've come once.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I've stayed with people that don't like the cleaning people to come in at all.
Yeah.
So then they don't come in at all. And again, I'm so go with the flow that I don't care.
Whatever it is.
But if somebody wants to come in every day and make my bed for me while I'm on vacation, by all means.
Yeah.
Come into people. I know some people get weird about that. Nope. Come right into my room.
Yeah. I like to check in early. That's my thing, because I like to get first flight out, because
I always take a morning. Yep.
Because if it gets delayed, you're screwed the rest of the day with those other ones. I'd rather be the first delay.
I agree.
But then you land there, so I have to have my second bag with like my outfit for the day while they keep my bags. It's like, just let me in the room.
Just let me in there. I agree with that. Yeah, I did that. Like when you fly to Europe, you go overnight.
That's the problem. We want to be in early, but we also want to stay later, and that's why people can't get in early. We're like, we want it both ways.
Only for us. You let me in early, I stay as late as I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't really get annoyed at much.
I'm trying to think what people do that annoy me.
I don't like other people are rude to people. So like if I'm checking into the hotel, or if like if I'm traveling somewhere, if I'm like on a plane and people are being rude to like the flight attendants or whatever, shut up. Why are you being rude? Like I think I have more of a problem with like the way other people act sometimes, or like I'll be out, that's anywhere. I don't have to even be traveling, but like if I'm in a hotel and I'm checking in and the person in front of me is being a real a-hole. Why are you being like that?
Yeah.
We're all tired. We've all been traveling.
Yeah.
We all want to go lay down in our bed.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
There was one time when I was kind of an a-hole. It was the only time, but it was justified. I wasn't an a-hole. I was just kind of annoyed because like we booked 3 rooms next to each other with like, it was like a hotel that had like an out, like a joined balcony area outside the doors. And then they messed up and one of us was going to be somewhere else.
Okay.
And I was like, just annoyed. I'm like, no, we booked this like so long ago, specifically asked for this. You guys specifically
told us
we have it. And
did
we're
they
here.
fix it?
No. And it was just, and I think it was just like they weren't going to do it.
Did they give you any like compensation?
No.
I would be a little
now, when
annoyed.
I say I was annoyed. I wasn't like mean or anything. I was just like,
wave your finger in their face?
was more like this, like, what do you mean there's nothing you can do about it? I go, is there someone in the room now? They're like, no, but someone's booked there. I'm like, but I was booked there. Or not me, the other person was booked there. You know?
So what was their excuse? They didn't book it the way they told you?
Yeah, it was some weird thing with like, I guess that, I forget actually what the reason why they couldn't. It was many years ago, but it was the only time that I was, because it was so shocking to the people that were with me that I was the one annoyed.
Right. Because I've never seen you.
And no one does.
No.
And I was just, I know what it is. I don't think I was, the woman was kind of being
like, there's nothing I can do about it.
Snippy to me.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Right.
But my level of annoyance is not like your average person. I'm still pretty chill.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I used to, and there's times where like I'll get set off, but like I think my temper has definitely kind of just like, since I've become a mom, all those hormones, man.
Well, they made
They're
you
just
more
mellowed.
They mellowed you out.
I think so.
Yeah.
Either that or I just don't care anymore. Like it's
well, that comes with aging. You're just like, I don't care.
Right. There's sometimes I'm driving around. I'm like, do I feel emotions anymore? Like I feel. You ever get? You're like,
am I dead inside?
Like, what's happening? Do I even feel anymore? Just me? Is that just me having this? Told Joe Conti the other day that I'm having an existential. We're both having existential crises. Crises. Yeah. He's like, I said, I'm kind of in a weird mood too, Joe. He goes, is yours personal or existential? I'm like, well, it's personal, but I think it's becoming existential. He goes, I get that.
Yeah. We're all going through something.
We're all going through it.
Yeah.
2025 is our year.
I hope so.
To go through.
Yeah.
I say that every year.
Do you?
Yeah, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. I've gone through
stop lying to me.
Let's be honest, for the first time, Joe, I've been through a lot of shit in life, and it's always ended up okay. That's the way it
always does.
It always is fine. Like, it always works out. Even if it's not the way you think it's going to work out.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, I didn't get married to think I was getting divorced. Correct. And then I got divorced, and like, I'm very happy with life. You know, I always thought I would have 3 kids. I have 1. I'm very happy. Like, you have this idea of like things, and like then things go wrong, quote unquote, or like something happens. Like, I've had falling outs with friends and stuff like that, and you think I'll never move on, and here I am moving on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I don't know.
Like falling out with like regular friends?
Yeah. Like I had a falling out with people from college, and I actually reconnected with a couple of them, so it worked out fine. But I remember when I was going through it at the time, it felt like the world was ending. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
an actual, like, I haven't had like an actual like falling out like it was spoken about.
And I was at fault partially. I mean, I think it was just college girls, and you know, it was college, so people said things I was guilty of too. I'm not innocent in that situation at all, but I think over time you grow and you're like, oh, that was just silly that we got in a fight over something so stupid. But like, I don't know, like I've had, you know, you just go through stuff and you think at the time, how will I ever move on from this, or like life's so different, but then you do. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I've been through a lot in my life. And
you get it.
That's why everything I'm going through is very, even though it probably comes with, you know, experience and stuff, but it's like, I'm really good at handling my confusions and like, no, like self-talking myself and getting through bull crap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's just, life is an adventure. And that's the way I kind of try to look at it now, is like, maybe it's exciting to not be able to predict everything.
Yeah.
And then anytime something crazy happens, you just yell plot twist. You just.
Yeah. I like plot twists.
They make life so. I don't know. We were talking about it earlier about spontaneity and stuff like that. And I think sometimes, I don't know. You got to look at the good, because if you focus on the negative, even if it's a bad situation.
What do you mean spontaneity?
Like, life is spontaneous. So sometimes life just throws you spontaneous curveballs to see how you react.
Yeah.
And like, keep you on your toes.
Do you have like a story, for instance, like that?
Anything. Like your car, like mirror getting knocked over. Like, who saw that coming? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like these little, and they're not always great things, but it's like, how do you pick up and go from there? You could have been, your car got hit by a plow. You could have been such an asshole and like been so like whatever about it and so negative, but it happened.
No, like I said, I'm.
You're like, I don't even care at this point.
Well, like you were saying, like, do I have any feelings? And you're just like, and that's what not that I felt that, but I was like, I am like, but it's such a weird thing to say. I hate to like, it's like weird when you talk good about yourself,
right?
But you're like, I'm kind of proud of myself the way I'm handling my life right now. Yeah, where I'm like, I'm surprising myself. Right, I'm surprising myself awesome, where though. I'm like going through a lot and then see what happens.
Because well, like you said, you've put in the work. Like you've been in therapy. I don't know if you're still in therapy. I don't remember.
No, I you've dabbled. Going back, you know what it is with like I think I talked about this on an earlier podcast with therapy. By the way, people like when we get deep on this. They've told me so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people.
I was wondering. Yeah. We did that whole dating episode. That was that
was good.
That was deep.
Yeah. For me with therapy, I like to use it for specific things. Right. Because I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's just the way I thought about going back recently, but then part of me, like I was like, I want to learn how to, I mean, I learned a lot in my last therapy run. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Before I go back to therapy, let me deal with my stuff and then with what I've learned. Yep. And because I feel like I need to, in order for me to grow, I need to like figure out how to do it myself.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think there's different stages for everything. Like, I've been going to therapy for like 4.5 years now. She's been great. And I'm sure there might come a point where I'm like, I'm ready to pull back a little bit. And then I would always be open to going. It's so funny because I have friends that have recently started going to therapy after, suggestions from people, but they were finally ready. Because therapy isn't something you should start until you're like, okay, I'm going to actually put the effort into doing it. Right. And then I was talking to another ex of mine. We chatted about this earlier. Mm-hmm. And when I had started going to therapy, he was like, I don't understand why you're going to therapy. That was 4.5 years ago. And now he told me the other day that he's going to look to go find a therapist. And I was like, how the turns table. Like
how the turns table.
You've never said it like that? That's but like I think everyone finds their own healing journey or like when they're ready. I don't think you could ever force anybody into therapy. No. Because they won't use it properly. Why would you want
to? It's like I mean,
but like you could say to somebody, I want you to go to therapy, you should go to therapy, and they're not ready for it.
Yeah. 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 I mean, some people it's good for, some people I don't even know sometimes like therapy. It's like I think you can go learn some tools, but sometimes I felt like I was just talking.
And sometimes you are
talking in circles.
Right.
Because like I used to do a joke about it when I went and visited when I first met my therapist. She's like, what are you looking to get out of therapy? I was like, for you to make decisions in my life for me and to take the blame when it doesn't work out.
She's like, that's not what I'm doing. That's not my job.
But that's what I want.
That is the opposite of what my job is.
Yeah. But she laughed at that. I actually
That's
did say
actually
that.
very funny.
Actually,
that's great.
Yeah.
But that's what I think a lot of people
I put that
go
in my web series.
That's fantastic. But I think that's what a lot of people go to therapy for. They're thinking, you're going to tell me, like almost like when you visit a doctor, you're going to tell me what's wrong with me and you're going to give me the cure.
Yeah.
But that's not how therapy works. Because you have to remember, there's still a person coming to you with biases and life experiences and perspectives. And you kind of have to, my therapist is very good because she'll give me like both sides of the coin. Mm-hmm. And we'll kind of talk through all the different parts of it. But she's always very good. But she's like, my job is not to tell you what to do. My job is to guide you and tell you what I think. But like if I went to her and I was like, help me pick between, I'm going to give a stupid answer. Help me pick between living by the beach or living by the mountains. And she says, well, you should live by the beach. And I go, I want to live by the mountains. She goes, okay, well, now I'm going to help you guide through that. Like, you eventually have to make your own decisions.
Yeah.
My job is just to help you guide you through those decisions and the new consequences that arise.
No, yeah, that's really what mine did. I remember she just got to a point one day. She goes, "You just gotta make choice, Joe. You just gotta like."
Is that coming 360 or all the way around now?
Yeah.
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 Are you using those therapeutic tools nowadays?
Some of them for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
They come full circle.
Yeah, and I'm using a lot of stuff. I even learned in recovery. Like I've always been a big like we talked about, a spiritual person, kind of like working on myself, trying to become a better person. It's always like a part of my daily life. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do that. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'd say a lot of people. I think more people should.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because that's just how I've changed my life from what we talked about, when I was like 20, because I remember when I first got clean, the first time, not this time, the first time when I was like, I was like, I don't know if I'm an addict. And he goes, you're here, so you are.
Right.
Regular people don't come here.
Right.
They don't find themselves
But
here.
it's so true.
It is so true. But I was so young. I'm like, I can't accept it yet.
I'm not an addict.
But
I just dabble.
I just dabble.
I dabble in the art.
Yeah, I dabble in the art.
The art of drug addiction.
The art of drug addiction. It's so weird. You don't even realize you are. You're just doing it. You're like, well, because it was just what I was doing with everybody. So I was like, not everybody's doing this.
Not everybody is going on. I don't know what you were doing, but yeah.
A lot.
Not everyone is. I don't even know.
What's the?
I don't do drugs.
What's your drug of choice? Back then, I would say more. Whatever you have.
What was your drug of choice? Did you have a preference?
Well,
is this too personal? We don't have to talk about this.
No, we can.
And we'll talk about this and then end the show. What was your favorite drug, Joe?
Yeah,
what was this?
I guess we could.
No, we don't have to do it.
Yeah, we won't talk about it. I'm like, what I like to get across people is like, I am clean a very long time. And it's like, not to put that out there, but I don't want you to think I'm like some degenerate.
Well, if I had to. Well, I was going to say this. My grandpa is 91, God bless him. And he smoked 3-4 packs of cigarettes a day up until my dad was in college. Like, he quit a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Not a day goes by that he doesn't smell a cigarette and he still wants one. And he quit cold turkey, but that never goes away.
No, I quit smoking. I think about it.
I didn't know you smoked too.
Yeah, I quit a long time ago. Probably like right before I started comedy. Mm-hmm. I was on vacation in Cancun.
Oh,
right. That's not where I quit.
Oh, so you were like, I think I'll quit smoking.
So, I had a trip planned with a girl to go to Cancun, and we broke up.
Oh.
Right?
Did you still go?
Yeah, I took my brother with me.
Hell yeah.
And I was a little depressed, there. So whatever. Me and my brother took a boat trip to Isla Mujeres. It's just cute little. We got a golf cart and just drove around. And there was like this little shop we were in selling jewelry, and they had cigarettes for like $1 a pack. So I just bought the whole rack. I just filled up this whole bag. And my brother's like, Jesus, man. So I'm just like, because I'm kind of under stress from the breakup. So I'm on the beach just puffing away. He's like, dude, you ever going to quit? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, I go, listen, man, here's the deal. I have to, if I wake up in the morning and there's a cigarette in there and I smoke it, I'm off to the races that day. I'm smoking that day. I have to smoke my last cigarette final, like at night, one night, and that's the only way it'll work. And then that was like a bullshit story I was telling him, and then it came true one night. I'm living in my little studio apartment, and it was like the end of this load of cigarettes. I left clothes in Cancun to bring more cigarettes home. That's how crazy I was back then. Priorities. And so I'm in my little apartment that I was renting for my uncle, and I'm smoking, and it was my last cigarette. So I was like, and I remember this conversation I had with my brother, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. But I don't want to tell nobody because I just don't want to make it a thing.
Yeah.
I remember smoking it like so ritualistic, like just taking my time,
taking it all in,
just and just. I mean, I think I smoked some filter. That's how much I couldn't like let go.
More.
Oh, and I just puffed it. I put it out, went to bed, and I was like, my friends didn't see me for about 2 weeks. I'm like, I got to stay away from people. I just got to stay away from people.
Because did all your friends smoke?
All of them.
Yeah.
Chain smoked. And then I never smoked again.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that story.
Yeah,
that's
I never
great.
Smoked again. It was like, it was like it's like we talked about like things happen in your life for a reason. It was like my brother had this weird conversation with me. I gave him this bullcrap story, and then like
became true.
I remembered it. That I was thinking of my brother when I did that.
But I love that. That's right. It's like a Doug. Doug was your guy, right?
Doug was my guy.
There you go.
And yeah, so that's that.
I love that.
You were saying something before we wrap up about it's just not to rewind about like having falling outs with friends.
Yes.
Because it made me think of something because like somebody said this to me one time. It's not about having falling out with friends, but it's like friends you don't hang with no more. Like you don't see anymore for years. But like I read this somewhere and it was like you never knew that last time you saw them that was going to...
So depressing, Joe.
Oh, all right. You know
no, it's fine. But it's true.
But like,
I always think of that.
And, like I never thought of that till I read that. And I'm like...
Or like one time was the last time you went and rode your bike around your neighborhood with the street till the street light came on.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, I'm depressed now. That stuff gets to me.
Yeah.
Because you're like, when was that? Or when was the last time I played with like my Barbies? Or when was the last time I had a sleepover at my friend's house? Like, you know what I mean? Like those childhood things. Like
yeah, it's such a weird aspect of life to think about, like that final.
And some of it I don't even remember anymore.
But it's when it makes you think like, are things meant to be? Is there a plan, or is it just the way things happen to flow? Because you never make decisions like that. You're just living.
I love the idea of thinking that we have some kind of free will, but I also love the idea of thinking there's a plan bigger than us.
Yeah. Oh no, there's definitely free will. For sure. You think there's a plan bigger?
We talked about fate and destiny.
Yeah, we talked
and
about
stuff.
that already.
I think I like the idea of believing in something bigger than me. I don't necessarily know what that is, but I like the idea of there being more to the story.
Yeah.
I think it's
that always just because I just thought of a funny thing. It's like
good, bring it back.
No.
We need to end on a funny note. Bring it back.
Because like you're sitting there thinking like I had no idea like this is the last time I'm gonna skateboard right with my friend, but. My friend may have been like, "This is the last time I'm skateboarding with Joe."
The last time I'm inviting Joe anywhere.
Like, you're thinking about like this just flowed, but they made a decision, and that's why.
I always get sad when it's the last day of school because it's the last time I'm gonna have the class exactly like this with these kids, and it's always a little sad for me.
I bet that's got to be tough.
It is a little sad. It's like saying hello and goodbye every year to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
I cry. I do.
I believe it.
Not in front of the kids. Sometimes in front of the kids. But I always get upset. Because it's like they're my babies.
Yeah.
You know? Good times, Joe. Good times. I guess we're going to end on that. Sorry, guys.
All right. What are we going to do?
It was like a good mix of...
vacation and sadness.
Such is life. I always book a vacation when I'm sad, so
there you go.
It goes hand in hand. I'm so depressed. Flights to Dublin.
Emily, why are you $80,000 in debt? It's been a sad few months.
Very sad. I can literally last time I was very sad about something in my personal life, I booked my flight. I booked my trip to Iceland. I'm not even lying to you. That's what I do. Wow. I'm gonna go on vacation.
There you go.
In the future.
in the
future, not anytime recently. In 6 months.
I'm going in the past. I like how you put in the future. I'm going in the future. I am going. I'm vacationing in the future. No, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but it was just funny.
I would think I should book something I'm going to go away this weekend. No, right. I'm going to go away 9 months from now when I'm happy again.
When I'm happy again, you hope.
I'm hopeful I'll be happy in 9 months. Yeah. My life will look a lot different.
Yeah, 8 months is approaching. Stuff is happening. You're like, stop it. I'm due for happiness in 1 month. You can't do what you're about to do to me.
Stop it. I manifested this. I look how I'm angrily typing on my keyboard.
Yes. So spiritual. So manifesting. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
All right.
That's been another episode of If You Would Have Told Me. Follow us on all the socials, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.